Hi guys, this is Candy with 2 Acres in Texas. It is mid-December and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a garden tour today. It's pretty cold out here, so it's going to be pretty fast for me anyways. I'm going to walk you around and show you kind of what's been going on. I hope you guys have a good day. Hey, so here we are at the entrance to the garden. I'm going to have another big semi go driving by, so it's going to be loud for just a moment, so I'm just going to wait for it to go. That's the hazards of living by a fairly popular highway. It's a small highway, but it's popular. So we did have our first deep, probably pretty good freeze the other day. I still am trying to grow lettuce. I decided to start some inside and get some spinach growing because I know it will last out here. Over the winter, as this all dies out, I'm going to rip it out and we're going to definitely get this hopefully before the ground freezes up, which I don't think it's going to freeze that much. But all my beautiful basil has died, but it was so gorgeous while it lasted that I definitely will be growing it again next year. And I started actually dehydrating a good amount of it already, and it just was so beautiful. I just loved it in the garden, so I'm going to keep it. I don't know, but the straw flowers I planted, look at that. It's starting to bloom, and it didn't actually die in the freeze, which I was really surprised. It looks like it's struggled. If we get another freeze, I think it's going to be gone. But I'm going to go ahead and come out and get all my peppers. I did research that peppers will actually survive. Well, the leaves will die, but the peppers themselves will be fine until you get a second deep freeze. So I'm going to come out and get all my jalapenos, my bell peppers. You can see I've got a bunch of jalapenos still on the... So while the leaves all died, the peppers are still fine, which I didn't realize that would be the case. And if I wanted to leave them there until we get another freeze, it would be fine and they would continue to ripen, which I was actually pretty surprised about. But if you're wondering about straw flowers, I kind of did a really late start on these and they somewhat survived. This is my, wow, no, I can't think of it. I'll have to think about that one. Coxcomb. That's a coxcomb. And there's, look at a little bee hovering around trying to find any more plants. The bees are still out, but the poor plants have all pretty much died. They're trying to find pollen anywhere they can. This one is broccoli that I grew last year. Look at this. I didn't even realize till just now that I have another stalk of broccoli growing. I left it in from last year, all summer, and look, it's growing again. Pretty cool. So I think I'm going to let that one keep growing, and I'm going to try to grow some more broccoli. Actually, I don't think this one's broccoli. I think this is just something. I don't even know what that one is. This one is, well, I did a ask in my gardening group on Facebook groups, and a lot of people said this was collard greens, but I had a lot of people say pull off all the leaves and leave just the top. So I've been doing that, and they think that it's Brussels sprouts. And as you can see, I have these little nubs right here. Of course, it looks like the ants are trying to eat what I do have, so I will be lucky if I actually get to keep any of this. The ants are trying to stock up, but I can't tell if this is going to be Brussels sprouts, but I've never grown them, but I did try growing them. So this could have been it, but I've never actually grown them successfully yet. This was the first year, and it's mid-December, and this is what it looks like. My poor marigolds. Yeah, they all kind of died. I did save seeds, though, before this happened. I have a bunch of more jalapenos there. I feel like this was cabbage of some kind, and this one, too. It's probably got way bigger than I thought, and I have no idea because it's not a traditional one. I might be wrong. Maybe this is Brussels sprouts. There's a lot of gross stuff in there. I need to come and really work on clearing out the garden now and getting it ready for next year. My tomatoes, I can still I can still get these to turn red. I'm going to bring them in also. But yeah, it's kind of funny that I have these little tiny plants that I planted a little late in the season, but yet I have a giant, this one kind of actually did go, it's wrinkly, but this one, probably because the plant's so small, but I'm gonna come through and save what I can. Still, this side is really hard, but probably the side that was exposed got the worst of it. The bell peppers, yeah, the ones that were underneath seemed to be better. It's the spots that got exposed that were a little bit hard, but these were perfectly fine. They're a little small, but it'll still make a good couple fajitas. I don't know if this plant will survive. It looks like it didn't really, it actually might survive if the leaves keep growing. But if we get another deep freeze, I'm pretty sure the rest is gonna go as well. So anyways, pretty much everything is done for this year. And I have a cat coming to say hi. Hi, Sebby. This is Sebastian. This is my daughter's favorite kitty. Hi, one of them. So sweet. Did you come to see me? Did you come to see me? So, pretty much everything's died. I haven't really been doing anything out there with the watermelons. I just kind of left that. And I'm going to go through and clear it back up. Over on this side, it's just pretty much peppers that I had growing. So all the peppers again have died. But I do know there's a lot of peppers to pick. So I am going to work on that. Hi, are you following me? So yeah, there's chili poblanos that I grew after I thought I was done for the season, and all these grew. So I have some decent sized ones in here. My husband's going to be very happy about that. I have some etudas that I didn't really get a very good amount of the bright orange ones like this because of all the squash vine borers and the bugs that were really eating it. Like, I really have a whole lot of bell peppers over here, so I'm gonna come through and salvage what I can. But there's a whole bunch hiding under these leaves, and it kind of protected it. All the leaves from the big trees that I have around here just kind of protected these peppers. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy. I'm gonna be able to harvest a good amount here late in December, and hopefully next year I'll get them earlier in the year. Anyways, oh goodness, oh goodness. All right, well, I've got a cat jumping on me, so I am gonna go. So I just wanted to share with you guys real quick that this is what I came up with off the jalapenos. It's a fairly decent sized bin full of jalapenos, and my family loves them, so we're gonna go through those pretty quick. Okay guys, so I'm back with my harvest that I just finished gathering. It's my spooky boy. Spookies. As you can see, I have a couple of 5-gallon buckets pretty much full. There are some peppers in the bottom of this little tub over here, so this one probably would have been full of peppers. But I just wanted to share with you, you know, not all of them are perfect. Just because you see a photo like this doesn't mean it's perfect inside. Most of these are good. There's good spots on all of them where the elements have gotten to them, the cold weather when it froze. And so you know, it is still crisp and on this side, so even though this side's bad, I can go in and clean it out, wash it off, and still salvage a good portion of that one, as well as a whole bunch of these. So what I will be able to do is actually freeze them. So I will slice them, dice them for various meals, whether it's fajitas, peppers, and your potatoes, that sort of thing. I did get, I was gonna say, this is etudas. I have some Advarskis in here, but mostly etudas are left. These big green ones like this are etudas. They just didn't have time to turn that vibrant orange color. And the Edgevarskis are a bright red, but I did not have very many of those left. I already harvested a good portion of them. This one, or these two here, I have a whole pile at the bottom of this, but these were the nicest, so I wanted to save them on top to share. Those are the chili poblanos, and they actually, I thought I harvested all of them this year, but I did have a good amount left, as I shared earlier in the video. And over here I have some corbaceas again, one that did turn the red color. These, I'm not going to let them sit out any longer. I'm just afraid we're going to get another freeze soon. I did have some tomatoes. They're not great, but I'm going to bring them in and let what I have ripen and salvage what I can of those. A few green beans that are really not great either, but they're pretty big, so I'm going to see if I can just dry them out and save the seeds from those. And of course the like the green onion here, I just cut off a few strips to bring inside and maybe use them today in something. But that's pretty much it for the harvest. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next video. Again, I just keep going and showing you what I've been doing in my garden, how it's going, what's happening. There's not much else happening right now other than me weeding. I've been working on a lot of the weeds that have grown up around the property. I have been working on salvage, just pulling them out and moving them out away from like where they grew up. Anyways, next year I'm going to try to keep up on more of that, but this year 2.5 acres can, I would say for one person maintaining it is a lot. My husband helps on and off, but he does a lot of the house remodeling, so he's really busy doing a lot of other things and other projects, so he doesn't actually get around helping as much with the actual, like, he'll do the heavy stuff like firewood in the winter and chainsawing stuff and things that I just wouldn't be able to do very easily for myself anyways. Well, I appreciate you all coming along with me on this video in the middle of December and I hope you come back for the next one. I don't know when it will be, but I will try to keep you updated, maybe just on winter progress and things that have happened around the garden in the winter time. I have started some seeds indoors for a few various plants already, probably a bit too early, but trying to get some like broccoli and cauliflower, kind of a jump start on those, and we'll see if I can plant them out in a month or two and just hope we don't get anything that kills them anyways. But I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming along. Happy Sunday.